Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj, coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will initiate debate on 150 years of Vande Mataram next Monday in lower house of the Parliament, while debate on electoral reforms will be taken up on Tuesday. Fourth edition of Kashi Tamil Sangamam begins today with the theme Let Us Learn Tamil, Tamil Karkalam. Event highlights cultural bond between Tamil Nadu and Kashi. Trump's special envoy heads to Moscow to present US's peace plan to Putin. Two leaders expected to meet Tuesday. US President Trump holds talks with top officials as maximum pressure campaign against Venezuela's Maduro gets in focus. The new complex housing Prime Minister's office or the PMO will now be known as Seva Teerth, in line with citizen first governance. Seva Teerth will be a workplace designed to reflect the spirit of service and where national priorities are shaped. The Central Secretariat will now be known as Kartavya Bhavan. India's public institutions are undergoing a quiet but profound shift. The change in names reflects a shift in mindset that speaks the language of Seva or service, Kartavya or duty, and citizen-first governance. The idea of governance is moving from power to service and from authority to responsibility. This change is not just administrative, but rather cultural and moral. Anticipation continues to build over the visit of Russian President Vladimir Putin to India on December 4 and 5. Ahead of the visit, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov hailed the relationship with India and said that Russia is proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with India during its historic growth. In a virtual press conference with Indian journalists on Tuesday, he said two sides will work out a way to navigate the tariff imposed by the Trump administration on India for purchasing Russian oil.
India for us is a great partner, and we do hope that the visit of President Putin will be successful. As successful was the visit of Prime Minister Modi 1 year ago to Moscow. President and Prime Minister had a very good possibility to spend lots of hours together discussing the most sensitive issues of the global and regional agenda. We hope that this will be the case for New Delhi meeting the day after tomorrow.
Peskov added President Putin, during his meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, will discuss both bilateral and international issues. He added that Putin will also share a first-hand assessment of the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict.
We do appreciate the position and the stand of India vis-à-vis Ukrainian settlement and Ukrainian affair. We do appreciate the readiness of New Delhi to contribute to a search of peaceful solution in this very complicated conflict. And we do respect the position of Prime Minister Modi, and we do respect the possibility of exchanging information from the first hands between himself and our president, and we hope that this practice will continue.
Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiren Rijiju said that the Lok Sabha will take up a debate on the 150th anniversary of national song Vande Mataram on Monday and on electoral reforms on Tuesday next week. The decision was taken after an all-party meeting and a business advisory committee chaired by Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla. The discussion in Lok Sabha on the 150th anniversary of national song Vande Mataram from 12 noon on Monday, 8th of December, and discussion on election reforms from 12 noon on Tuesday, 9th of December. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will initiate the debate on 150 years of Vande Mataram. Minister Rijiju also said that 10 hours each have been allotted to both the debates, adding that time could be extended if the House deems fit. Meanwhile, both the houses of Indian Parliament adjourned to meet again on 3rd of December at 1100 am IST. Amid uproar in the Parliament before adjournment, Minister of State for Finance Pankaj Chaudhary moved the Manipur Goods and Services Tax Second Amendment Bill 2025 in the Upper House or Rajya Sabha for consideration. After discussion, Rajya Sabha returns the Manipur GST bill to the lower house of Lok Sabha. While replying to the discussion on the bill in Rajya Sabha, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that this amendment is very important.
Sir, this particular amendment is very important, sir, because it does two things. The very important reform-based steps that we have taken in GST, like track and trace system. Once you do the track and trace system, which is a very big step in administering the GST, you are able to prevent leakages. And therefore, that was one of the things which was passed in the Finance Act of 25. Now we are making it into a bill for Manipur.
Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla welcomed the high-level delegation of the Parliament of Georgia led by Chairman of the Parliament of Georgia, Shalva Papuashvili, to the Parliament of India. Speaker Birla commended the Georgian chairman's legal expertise, contributions to electoral reforms and parliamentary experience. He also said that Shalva's leadership is strengthening Georgia's democratic institutions. The visiting delegation included members of the Foreign Relations, Agriculture and Economic Policy Committees. Leaders discussed the friendly relations between the two countries. The Speaker also noted that shared democratic values and close dialogue continue to strengthen the partnership between the two countries. India continues to be the first responder, standing firmly in solidarity with the government and people of Sri Lanka in this time of need. With support of all three Indian forces, Operation Sagar Bandhu is in full swing, providing rescue and relief efforts.
India has once again emerged as a dependable first responder in the Indian Ocean region. In the wake of Cyclone Ditwa, which has caused massive devastation across Sri Lanka, New Delhi has launched Operation Sagar Bandhu, a large-scale humanitarian mission to support rescue and relief efforts. Indian Army has deployed an integrated task force comprising dedicated medical engineering units. The medical team includes advanced dressing stations and mobile surgical teams equipped with Operation Theatre. The engineering team are supporting restoration of essential services and infrastructure in the cyclone-hit region. Two Indian naval ships, INS Vikrant and INS Udaigiri, already present in Colombo, swung into action at short notice. India handed over 9.5 tons of emergency rations, while INS Sukanya delivered an additional 53 tons of relief material. Indian Navy teams continue to work alongside Sri Lankan authorities to stabilize the worst-hit coastal regions. Indian Air Force deployed 3 aircrafts lifting 31.5 tons of essential supplies, tents, blankets, hygiene kits, food packets, medicines and 2 Bhishma medical cubes. Chetak helicopters from INS Vikrant and Indian Air Force Mi-17s carried out extensive rescue operations. Pregnant women, infants and injured civilians all were airlifted from marooned pockets. Over 2,000 Indians stranded by cyclone have already been evacuated through special Indian Air Force and commercial flights. Among those rescued were citizens from 12 countries including Germany, UK, Australia and Sri Lanka. NDRF teams are operating in severely affected regions, conducting continuous search and rescue, pulling stranded families to safety. India remains committed in sharing its expertise in providing humanitarian assistance and disaster relief missions. In line with this, India has also deployed 5-member medical team and 80 specialized urban search and rescue personnel to strengthen operation on the ground. Indian High Commissioner Santosh Jha reviewed the NDRF rescue operations. He also interacted with locals and ensured full support for evacuation. On Monday, Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke with Sri Lankan President Anura Kumara Dissanayaka, assuring full support under India's Vision Mahasagar. From naval relief to airlift missions and ground rescue, Operation Sagar Bandhu stands as yet another example of India's commitment to the region in times of crisis. With Bureau Input, Dr. Ahmed Moin Faruqi's report, TD India.
India's solar journey is powering its emergence as a global clean energy leader. As the founding member and host of the International Solar Alliance headquarters in Gurugram, India has championed solar energy deployment, finance and technology transfer across more than 125 member nations. In October 2025, India hosted the 8th ISA Assembly in New Delhi, bringing together ministers and delegates worldwide to advance strategies for resilient solar value chains, inclusive access and accelerated adoption of solar energy. The solar sector has expanded at an unprecedented pace over the past decade, growing from just 3 gigawatt in 2014 to 129.92 gigawatt by October 2025, a remarkable over 40-fold increase. This rapid growth has made solar the largest contributor to the renewable energy portfolio, surpassing wind, hydro and biomass capacities. The surge in solar capacity is driving a steady increase in the share of renewable energy in the overall power mix. These achievements underscore India's commitment to a low-carbon energy transition and highlight the pivotal role of solar energy in building a resilient, sustainable and secure electricity system. The 4th edition of Kashi Tamil Sangamam began today, highlighting the deep civilizational and cultural ties between Tamil Nadu and Kashi or Varanasi. Centered on the theme, Let Us Learn Tamil, Tamil Karkalam. This year's edition places Tamil language learning at its core. The initiative encourages people to understand and appreciate the richness of cultures beyond their own. With sharper emphasis on linguistic learning and academic exchange, this north to south arc reflects the very spirit of the Sangamam, a bridge between two vibrant cultural geographies. This year's Sangamam will conclude with a grand valedictory function at Rameshwaram, symbolically completing the cultural arc from Kashi to Tamil Nadu. Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting, Dr. L. Murugan, inaugurated the exhibition of Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Kashi Tamil Sangamam at Namo Ghat in Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. Dr. Murugan told media how Prime Minister Narendra Modi initiated the Kashi Tamil Sangamam in his parliamentary constituency. This time the 4th edition is special because of Ao Tamil Sikhe, that is Tamil Karkalam. The 26th edition of India's own Hornbill Festival in Nagaland is underway at the Naga Heritage Village in Kisama with performances by tribal troops. This time it has 6 partner countries: Austria, Malta, France, Ireland, UK and Switzerland, and Arunachal Pradesh as a partner state. The 10-day music festival aims at celebrating it as a grand tribute to Naga unity, heritage and global friendship. French Ambassador to India, Thierry Matteau, attended the Hornbill Festival currently ongoing in Nagaland. In a social media post, he said, and I quote, "Delighted to attend the renowned Hornbill Festival in Nagaland, where France is country partner. The Festival of Festivals combines multiple Naga tribal festivals, is truly an outstanding celebration of the deep, diverse and unique Naga heritage." Meanwhile, coinciding with the Hornbill Festival, the Department of Tribal Affairs of Nagaland is conducting various events, one of which was the special presentation by the tribals representing the state of Kerala. The other events included log cutting competition, cockfight competition, arm wrestling competition, bamboo cutting competition and banana stem cutting competition. Still to come on this edition of DD India Live. In the Hong Kong high-rise building fire, toll rises to 156. India's Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman highlights the new challenges in the global economy.
So our episode is on accountability more than just an apology text.
Yep.
We didn't get one, did we?
If no British politician has the courage to issue an apology, get somebody from the royal family to do it, because after all, everything was done in the name of the crown. No one likes to be told that in their family tree there are a lot of skeletons. They have never allowed themselves to confront the horrors of their past, so I'm sorry to say we never got the apology. there is not just amnesia on the part of the British, the colonizers, but there is some forgetfulness or ignorance on the part of the rest of us too.
You're watching DD India Live. I'm Siddharth Bharadwaj. US President and in fact Russian President Vladimir Putin will meet US President Donald Trump's Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and son-in-law Jared Kushner in the Kremlin on Tuesday, which is December 2nd after 1700 Moscow time, 1400 GMT. The meeting between Witkoff and Putin is scheduled for Tuesday. That will focus on the 19-point peace plan to end the conflict in Ukraine. Though Ukraine has expressed its willingness to accept the revised proposals, Russia has not made its position clear yet. US President Donald Trump held talks with top advisors to discuss the pressure campaign on Venezuela. The Oval Office meeting included senior members of Trump's national security team as per reports, though no details of the talks were immediately available. Meanwhile, the White House confirmed that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth authorized an admiral to conduct the strikes that killed 11 people on a vessel from Venezuela allegedly carrying illegal narcotics. In Japan, about 20 staff members conducted a routine safety drill on Monday for a top business delegation that visited the world's largest nuclear power plant, Kashiwazaki Kariwa, for an inspection. The Kashiwazaki Kariwa plant, located northeast from Tokyo on the Sea of Japan coast, was shut after a powerful tsunami destroyed the Fukushima Daiichi reactor in 2011. Monday's drills were staged as part of a wider PR effort by Tokyo Electric Power Company, TEPCO, to move the plant toward reopening. An assembly session that began today will decide whether to approve the plant's partial restart at a time when Japan needs domestic power sources more than ever. Before the 2011 Fukushima disaster, Japan operated 54 nuclear reactors. Of that, 33 that remain operable, 14 have been restarted. Unit number 6 alone could improve the supply-demand situation in the energy-hungry Tokyo area by 2%. Security has been sharply intensified at Dhaka's Evercare Hospital as Bangladesh Nationalist Party chairperson and former Prime Minister Khaleda Zia continues to battle multiple critical health complications. Police set up a barricade at the hospital's main entrance early on Tuesday and deployed more than 24 officers to control crowds and ensure the leader's safety. Khaleda Zia has been receiving treatment in the critical care unit since November 23 when she was admitted with heart and lung infections. Her condition deteriorated over subsequent days. According to the reports, a 5-member specialist medical team from China arrived in Dhaka on Monday, and another Chinese expert team is expected to arrive today. Updates on Hong Kong's building fire now. The toll in the high-rise towers fire has increased to 156, with 15 people arrested for suspected manslaughter. The Hong Kong authority announced that residents will be given a one-off opportunity to return home to retrieve personal belongings starting on Wednesday. Authorities have pointed to substandard plastic mesh and insulation foam used during renovation works at Wang Kok Court for fueling a blaze that quickly spread to 7 high-rise towers, home to more than 4,000 people. Mourners paid tributes near the scene of the deadly building fire on Tuesday to mark 1 week after the victim's passing, a custom known as the Day of the Soul's Return. Crowds gathered near the burnt-out remains of the towers, laying flowers and leaving written notes. The 18th plenary of the Global Forum on Transparency and Exchange of Information for Tax Purposes was held today in the national capital. India's Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman delivered the keynote address, highlighting India's strong commitment to transparency, taxpayer trust and the role of technology in governance. Watch our correspondent Ankit Mishra's report for more.
At the 18th Global Forum plenary held in New Delhi, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman described transparency and taxpayer trust as India's greatest strengths. She added that transparency has become the foundation of a stronger and more empowered society. Representatives from several countries and international experts participated in the event, discussing new global standards for tax transparency.
For India, transparency in tax matters has always gone beyond administrative reform. It touches upon a deeper principle that economic governance must rest on fairness and responsibility. When individuals and enterprises pay their fair share, and when evasion is effectively deterred, societies become stronger and more equitable. That conviction has shaped our legislative and enforcement frameworks. Every rupee or dollar mobilized through transparency can help improve lives. It is therefore important to view transparency not only as a compliance tool, but also as a foundation for sustainable development and fiscal resilience.
The finance minister noted that rising transparency has significantly strengthened people's trust in institutions. She added that in today's fast-evolving environment, technology and artificial intelligence have made governance faster, more effective, and more accountable. However, she said this progress also brings greater responsibility, underlying cybersecurity as a crucial priority.
Looking ahead, there are new challenges that call for joint action. The digitalization of the economy, the emergence of new financial products, and evolving structures of beneficial ownership require continued cooperation between jurisdictions. Confidentiality and cybersecurity must also be maintained with great care.
The minister further said that the role of the Global Forum goes far beyond enforcement. It facilitates the exchange of information, promotes transparency, and plays a key role in strengthening institutions across nations.
With India reiterating its commitment to trust, transparency, and global cooperation, today's session has highlighted how much our institutions is stronger and smarter technology sharpening our financial future. If we are talking about today's message, the message is very clear by the government. Trust is just not the value, it is a driving force of progress. With the camera person Lalit, Ankit Mishra for DD India.
German arms manufacturers saw a sharp rise in military equipment sales last year, according to a new report. And for more on what's driving this trend, we are joined by DW correspondent Chiponda Chimbelu in Berlin. Hi Chiponda, what are the key takeaways from this report? Chiponda.
Thanks for having me. Well, arms manufacturers never earned as much as they did in 2024. And that is according to figures from the latest report by the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute. Now, its data shows that the 100 biggest arms makers generated $679 billion in revenue last year. Now, that represents an increase of nearly 6% from a year earlier when adjusted for inflation. Geopolitical tensions and especially the war in Ukraine have been pushing demand for arms higher. And that trend accelerated last year as Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine went into its third year. Now, the response, of course, from the European governments has been to raise defense spending, and that's just not to help Ukraine defend itself against Russia, but also to be in a better position to defend their own borders.
All right, Chiponda, thank you so much. We'll leave it there. And that's all for this edition of DD India Live, but let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms, and you can scan the QR code on the screen to download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Sagar Bharati from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live.